అదే అప్పుడైనా చెప్తారు నేను చేయను నేను చేస్తానను. వ్యాసాచార్య
अभी क्लिप बनाया था।
कहाँ यहाँ पे?
मिट्टी
पाँच मिनट रुकते हैं, नहीं तो देखिए वापस क्या करते हैं।
है ना?
Okay, no one is coming.
भाई AM क्यों नहीं बोला? ऑटो क्या है?
ये शायद अपने पूरा बटन वो कर देगा। हाथ पे ना
Please mute your call, Ashish Prabhu.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव सुब्रमण्या की जय, शाखा माता की जय, और निताय की जय, पंचतत्व की जय, भगवान की जय, और गणेश प्रसन्न होते हरे all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guru. Hare Krishna. It's a very, very blessed occasion of the inauguration of ISKCON Sarjapur Road. Prabhupada wanted such centers to be opened in each and every corner, each and every nook and corner of each and every city, each and every town and village. So I can only imagine how much His Divine Grace ISKCON Sarjapur Prabhupada would be pleased, and all the acharyas would be pleased. By all the devotees, especially by His Grace our worshipful superior, by whose blessings, by whose guidance, preaching in this part of Bangalore is flourishing. And we only hope and pray that by all of our individual unity and collective unity, this will only expand more and more. So I was almost insisting that Prabhuji should be in class today because that would have been very appropriate. But he has been very merciful on me as a small child, and he knows that I need more purification. So he has instructed that I should be in the class. So I seek Prabhuji's blessings and prayers and blessings of all the Vaishnavas assembled here, so that whatever I speak, first of all, should be for my purification, and secondly, it should inspire each one of us to practice Krishna consciousness with more rigor, so that we can fulfill Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's vision of on this earth, whatever Nagaradigram are there on this planet Earth, my names should be spread all over. So that's the vision. And what is the vision? So vision is like, what you want to be 10 years down the line or something. That is vision. What is mission? What you do to realize that is mission, right? So what is mission? And that is mission. That means whoever we see, whoever we come across. I'm sure in our lives we come across many people. In our house, in our families, our extended family, relatives, neighbors, dudwala, grocery, so many people, their office, colleagues, school, teachers, parent-teacher meetings. So many people we come across. Now it does not mean we make everybody sing and say, okay, listen from me, I am a realized soul. We all have patience. We don't claim to be self-realized souls. That is number one attitude which we should have while preaching. Whenever we are preaching, we should not think that we are stealing. We should think that we are sharing our good fortune. I am useless. By great causeless grace of Guru and Krishna, somehow I have got something wonderful. While I am trying to take advantage of that, while I am trying to understand it better, while I am trying to practice in my life, I want to share that good fortune with others. That is what is preaching.
Yes, sir, we can have it.
It should rather make us humble. It should make us compassionate. So whoever we see, whoever we meet, we should share our good fortune. But that will happen only when we consider this our good fortune. Otherwise, if we are cursing Krishna consciousness, when was that day when one devotee came in my life? Ever since that day, my life has become miserable. Now I neither am going to go ahead nor am I going to go behind. I'm stuck in it. So if we are thinking, I am 16 now standing, as it is, my life was it less? I mean, was our life giving less challenge? The Rasta is like a householder's life. If you can somehow make his ends meet and live whole day, then itself is a big achievement. Correct? Am I wrong? All householders here. Somehow get your children, raise your children. Don't fight. Husband and wife should not fight. Husband goes out on, wife goes out on, whatever they do. Somehow just keep it and they have to somehow make their ends meet and maintain family without some nuclear exposure. Right? If they can somehow stop nuclear wars from happening, that's the success of the Rasta in today's. What to speak of those who are taking a traditional way? 16 rounds chanting, doing a parley, do aarti, do this. I mean, everything of protocol is over. That also not done. Go out and teach. Go to distribution. So this is. So first of all, you have to understand that indeed, this is not something less, right? But we should not take this as a burden. We should take this as our greatest fortune. Because we are rotting in this material existence, but somehow by Guru and Krishna's grace, we have got something wonderful, something meaningful to live for. Otherwise, what we would have done in the life? Elo arge, Lochan bole siri papi. Elo arge. What is there? You would have also just come and gone. That's it. Come and gone. Julius Caesar at least said, I came, I saw, I conquered. People like us would have just come and gone. That's it. No saying, no conquering, nothing. Would have just got defeated. So at least now we have got a higher purpose. We have got that one which we can put in front of the zeros, right? And that becomes more and more when we share our good fortune. And this center which has been opened here, I think it was inaugurated like yesterday, yesterday also today is a formal inauguration, from congregation perspective. So this is actually very symbolic as well. This is like opening of something in our hearts so that we can recommit ourselves to Srila Prabhupada's movement. Here is an opportunity. Srila Prabhupada is just like how those three couples Prabhupada sent to London. They have just come, a few months back they came in Krishna consciousness. We have at least come more than a few months back, correct? Yeah, some of us have come like, in this year, some of us have come last year, some of us have come 5 years before, some of us have come 10 years before, some of us have come 20 years before. There were three couples who had just come a few months back and Prabhupada said, what? You all go to London, 6 of you, 3 couples, and 1 small baby. You go to London and start some center there. They were wondering what to do, what not to do, but it happened. It happened. Similarly, now Prabhupada has given the center to us, and now he's seeing, okay, now let's see how much they have understood my books, how much they can translate into practice whatever they are reading or speaking. So now actually it's a great responsibility. In one sense, we are all very happy, clapping, but we have to also see a great responsibility which is there in the life, right? So these were some of my thoughts which I want to, which I wanted to share before we begin our today's Bhagavad Gita class. But I'm just, I can't resist sharing one more thought. When I look in front, I see some yoga posts. When I look on the left, I see Manipal Hospital. And when I see on the right, I'm seeing Microsoft. I mean, there cannot be a better place than this, wherein when you look at the hospital, you are again and again reminded that this is a spiritual hospital. Right? What is this called? Depending on how much nicely medicines are being taken. Some are admitted 10 years back, more cured, depending on how the medicines have been taken. So that is a hospital, reminds us of 2 things. This is a spiritual hospital. We are patient. While we are getting cured, we have to spread the cure. We have to spread the cure. We have to spread the vaccine of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada has written such wonderful things in his purpose. Prabhupada has said,
Yes, as the party is always
very wonderful, very auspicious, right? Because we know from Prabhupada, we understand what is the topmost yoga? Krishna consciousness, the topmost yoga system. Because yoga means to connect ourselves with Krishna, correct? Whatever helps us do that, that's the topmost yoga system. And Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, and we are going to discuss some things about that. So there is yoga there, correct? Reinforce. Then I see Microsoft. Prabhupada, why did Prabhupada go to New York? Because that was the capital of Maya. Correct? ISKCON, Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness is like declaring a war against Maya. Correct? Krishna consciousness is like declaring a war against Maya. Now, if you are a chota mota soldier, you try to hide behind the Vyasacharya, you try to shoot like this. But if you are a commander in chief, who is the commander in chief? Srila Prabhupada ki. When you are a commander in chief, what do you do? Will you hide behind your laptop and try to fire? Like that, you do. You will go to the headquarters of Maya. Whatever Prabhupada has done, it can be understood at many levels. Symbolic, historic, cultural, socio-economic, political, many things, business, many things. One of the things we can see here is that he chose the capital of Maya, the headquarters of Maya, to start his preaching. Where was ISKCON incorporated? New York, capital of Maya, headquarters of Maya, right? And these companies, like companies like Microsoft, the Prestige Group, they kind of symbolize, the material advancement, so to say. Correct? If you go to these offices, they're like 5-star hotels, correct? And those offices are non-different. Achinta Veda Veda, they're like non-different from the their US counterparts, right? All of us who work in software companies, you know that. So that kind of symbolizes the material advancement. Oh, you go automatically, this happens, that happens, it is spotless, it comes pick and span, symbolizes material advancement. So material advancement, but then we know from Prabhupada's teachings, right, that what is real advancement of civilization? So this center can become like an ocean of excellence, in the an island of excellence in the ocean of mediocrity, right? This can become an island of excellence in the ocean of mediocrity, right? So such wonderful is. I'm sure there is so much scope of preaching here. So I thank Prabhuji and all the devotees for their tireless. I'm sure nothing happens easily in life, right? And we all know how much struggle it takes, how much blood, toil, and sweat it takes to be able to do anything. And to be able to come up with this center, which is formally being inaugurated today, is not a small feat. It is a big feat, right? But well begun is half done, but only half done. It's not completely done, right? Ford used to say, coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Who can repeat?
Coming together is beginning.
Coming together is beginning. So we all have come together, so things have begun. Then keeping together is progress. Now we come together. It's not having we start fighting. Hey, this Mataji was wearing that sari. You never gave me a sari. That Prabhuji was doing like this. When I was sitting in Prasadam, he gave this one chapati more to that person. He did not give to me. In Kali Yuga, we all should not have very high expectations from ourselves. We are all Kali Yuga souls. Yeah, somehow we have got protected. We are trying to be protected. We are trying to be sheltered. But ultimately, we are all Kali Yuga souls. The moment two Kali Yuga souls come together, what happens? Matchbox and matchstick fire. Correct? In Kali Yuga, if you stay alone, you become hypocrites. Because nobody knows what you are doing inside. Inside your four walls, you become hypocrites. When you are together, you quarrel. That's the irony of Kali Yuga, right? Age of quarrel. When we come together, quarrel. When we stay alone, hypocrites. What to do? Preach. We all together come together to serve Krishna. We come together to keep Guru and Krishna in the center. Then this contradiction can be resolved, right? So coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. If we don't go apart, if we don't break each other's heads, if we don't create distances within ourselves, if we come together, stay strong, stay united, and then when we work together for the mission of Guru and Krishna, which Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. People read Bhagavad Gita, but they don't understand what's the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Correct? So many people, when you try to distribute books, when you try to show Bhagavad Gita to them, what's the first thing they reply back? I have it. I have it. And then our false ego gets awakened. You have it, but have you read it? They'll say, no, get lost. Book distribution is a service which challenges us to remain humble, right? We have to still try to push the book as a servant, in the consciousness of servant. But anyway, so Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling loud and clear what is his mission. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, we all know we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So working together is success. So this center symbolizes many things. And I'm sure under the guidance and blessings of Kripa Gaurang Prabhu, under the blessings of ISKCON Sarjapur Jagannath Mandir, I'm sure this is going to flourish more and more. And each one of us, can recommit ourselves today to do our parts in this, and nobody is ever too small to do a big service, and nobody is ever too big to do a small service. Right? We can never be too big to do a small service, and we can never be too small to do a big service. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So if we remember these lines forever and if we etch them in our hearts, even till the time we die, then we'll surely make very nice progress in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada used to say that we have to become a progressive devotee. We just came to ISKCON, we have started chanting, we have adopted some kind of a lifestyle. Does it mean we have become a devotee? No. We have to become progressive devotee because Delhi is far. Like in Hindi, they say, na Delhi abhi dur hai. Right? Kannada, I don't know what's the equivalent. There must be some equivalent, I'm sure. It's such a rich language, such a rich culture. There must be some equivalent of that. The destination is still quite far. So we can't relax. Okay. So with this, these were some words which I could not resist sharing. I'm sorry, I already took 20 minutes. I have 40 minutes now to cover some things. Okay. So I have been instructed to discuss on these two verses of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, shloka 10 and 11. Okay. So let's recite the verse very quickly, these two verses, and then we'll begin with prayers. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham anukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha नाशयामि आत्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. So Krishna is telling in first verse, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. And in 11 he says, to show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Om Ajnanati Mirandhasya Chaitanyamamesham Savitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Priyam Tadati Pravadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagaranatam Amritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Shri Vishakha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashapate Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Rupika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sitadevi Naramani Pancha Kalpa Drumyesha Vastu Devacha Padana Pavyo Vaishnavyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna. तेषां सततयुक्तानां तेषां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते. So those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. So Krishna is telling to Arjun, let us look at the quick background of this these particular verses. So as we know, chapter 10 is coming into that section of Bhagavad Gita, which is the middle six chapters, correct? In the middle six chapters, we know it's like the cream of the sandwich, right? And it's like the best of the best. It's like the treasure which is there inside the treasure box, and that is Bhakti Yoga. Correct? Krishna uncontrollably, he just went on and on and on, speaking about bhakti, speaking about himself, speaking about what is the most important thing Arjuna. He wants Arjuna to understand. So middle six chapters, Krishna is directly emphasizing bhakti, and in this particular chapter 10, the opulences of the absolute. Uh, Krishna is talking about how he is the best of everything. Once there was this person, he came to an ISKCON temple and he told the brahmacharis, "Hey, Krishna is so proud, yaar. He is telling Aham Sarvasya Prabhava Matta Sarvam Pravartate. He is telling everything belongs to me. I am the source of everything. How proud he is. He is telling without me nothing happens. How proud he is." Incidentally, this person himself was a big man. He was a CEO of like many companies and all that. So this brahmachari, this monk there, he asked him, "My dear sir, can you please give your introduction?" And he said, "Oh, I'm Mr. So and so. I'm the owner of so and so group, and I have so many companies in so many states in India, and I have so many employees under me, and yeah." He said, "How proud you are? Huh? You're saying you are owner of this, you are maintainer of this, you are CEO of these companies. You have companies all over the country. How proud you are?" "No, no, no, no. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not. You asked me to introduce myself, and that's how I am. So I spoke. I'm sorry if I sounded being proud." And this brahmachari said, "That's what Arjuna did. Arjuna asked Krishna, 'Who are you?' Krishna told, 'I am God. Everything belongs to me.' So what is the problem? Krishna is not being proud. He is telling what is the reality. We are envious of Krishna. We are envious of Krishna. Therefore, we are thinking Krishna's introduction to be a matter of pride or a matter of Krishna being proud. That's our enemy to Krishna. Right? So anyway, for this particular chapter, Krishna is telling how he is the best of everything. And therefore, some devotees have called this chapter as Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti means Aishwarya, opulences of Krishna. So it is Vibhuti Yoga. And in chapters 7 and 10, there is something interesting. Between chapters 7 and 10, we see how Krishna is the source of everything, he is the essence of everything, and he is the best of everything. So many verses Krishna is speaking to emphasize that how he is the source of everything, essence of everything, and the best of everything. And why do we need to know that? Why is Krishna speaking that in Bhagavad Gita? Because when we understand that Krishna is the source, the best, and the essence of everything, that makes him the right candidate for our love, is it not? Right? That helps us. That helps us to keep him in our hearts. That helps us to keep him in our hearts. So it helps us to make Krishna the supreme object of our love. As we know that who is the supreme object of love? Krishna. What is the supreme abode of love? Golok Vrindavan, his residence. What is the who are the supreme worshippers of Krishna? Gopis, Vrajavadhuts. What is the supreme scripture? Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam Amalam Pramana. And what is the supreme goal? Krishna Prema. Right? So those 5 things which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught, Aradhya Bhagavan. And when we understand that, oh, Krishna is the source, the best, and the essence of everything, then and only then we can do Manmana Bhava Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaste, 9.34, which is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, right? The supreme instruction of Bhagavad Gita, which is to bow down to Krishna, to worship him, to think of him, to meditate on him. But why will I be able to think of him if I don't know who is he? Knowledge is the beginning of any relationship. First comes knowledge, then comes actions, and then comes feelings. First, we have to know who is God. Then we have to act on that platform. That's why it is said spiritual message is never theoretical.
Spiritual message is always meant for action. And then what will happen? As we know more and more about Krishna, as we act more and more on that platform, that means as much as we keep serving him more and more, then gradually what will happen? Feelings will develop. So in any relationship, it goes through these stages: knowledge, action, and feelings. Feelings don't come on day one. In an arranged marriage, if husband and wife are coming together, you can't expect feelings to come on day one. First, there is knowledge. Oh, he's my husband, she's my wife. Then, on the basis of that knowledge, you act, you do your duties together, you serve each other, you serve the family, and then gradually feelings develop. You become like an inseparable part and things like that. I mean, if things go well, right? So, so knowledge, action, and feeling, right? That's what happens in our relationship with Krishna as well. Knowledge, action, and feeling. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita is so important because it gives us the knowledge. And who is giving the knowledge? Krishna. What can be better than that? Once one student came to me, said, "Sir, I will not listen to you." I said, "What? What happened?" He said, "I will listen only to from the best person." He said, "Will you listen to Krishna, who is God?" He said, "Yeah, I listen to God." I gave him Bhagavad Gita. This is what God is telling you. Listen to him. No problem. Anyway, so this is how this is the position of chapter 10, and today's verses we all know come under that Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. Correct? 8, 9, 10, 11. Chapter 10, verses 8, 9, 10, 11. What are these 4 verses? Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita, which is like the essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita summarized. Entire Bhagavad Gita summarized. Correct? And there is an interesting angle to it. We all know how 8 is like, what is that? Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravatati iti matva bhajate mam buddha bhava samavita. I am the source of everything, and all that. And then Machita Madgata Prana Bhutenta Parasparam. Katantascha Mam Nityam Sushyanti Charamanti Cha. How what the devotees do, they discuss about me and all that. But I was, reading one article of His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, and there he very interestingly gave a twist to these 4 verses. He said that in these 4 verses we can see how bhakti is a process of reciprocation. Right? What is bhakti? It is a process of reciprocation, because nothing is impersonal in bhakti. Let's say somebody enters and he's trying to find a place to sit. What will we do? Immediately we all will, help him find a place, help her find a place. Immediately we will make people comfortable, right? Because we want to be personal in bhakti. We don't want to be insensitive. Somebody came, somebody went, somebody was hungry, somebody was thirsty, nothing. No, we did not take care of such a person. No. At least ISKCON centers, ISKCON temples should be a place of warmth. So there are 2 things: light and warmth. Light represents knowledge. Warmth represents love. Have you ever seen people dying of darkness? Does anybody die out of darkness? Andhera ho gaya, mar gaya. But have you seen people dying out of cold? In fact, dead body is cold. Right? So if you can't deal with people properly, if you can't make people comfortable, if you can't make people feel at home, if we can't exchange love, Krishna's love with people, then we are dead, we are cold, and people will not like that. Our own family members will not like that. So once His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj was telling that though our philosophy is that of personalism, we devotees are at times the biggest impersonalists when it comes to being sensitive to each other's needs. So we have to be very sensitive to each other's needs. We have to become nice people. You know how we can become nice people? NICE. When we take care of people's needs, interests, concerns, and expectations. In any relationship, be it within a family, be it in ISKCON, be it devotees, be it anybody. Whenever you take care of needs and I interests, C concerns, and E expectations, then you become nice people. So coming back, so Chaitanya Prabhu gave an interesting twist to these 4 verses. He said bhakti is a process of reciprocation between Bhakta and Bhagavan. What is bhakti? Reciprocation between Bhakta and Bhagavan. And he said that how 8 and 9 are what the devotees do, and 10 and 11 is what Krishna does in Gita. So what was 8? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samandita. Therefore, my devotees, knowing this with all their hearts, buddha bhava samandita, With all their hearts they worship me. 8 is what devotees do. 9, mat chitta mat gata prana bodhayanta parasparam. What do devotees do when they come together? Discuss about Krishna. Hey, Krishna said this here. Did you understand? Oh, you know what? Actually, Krishna is trying to speak this. This is what happened. Oh, Krishna is so wonderful. Oh, he jumped off that hill. He did that. All those things. Discussing about Krishna. And that's what devotees do when we come together. We don't come together as a club. This center is not a club. Club is Western culture. Community is Vedic culture. There is a club and there is a community. What is a club? In club also people come together. In community also people come together. Any difference? Club is all of their enjoyment. Why am I coming here? Because I am old. I need some company. I need people to entertain me. अच्छा रहता है networking. Some people come to ISKCON for networking also. I see. Good thing is they come to ISKCON. So everything else will go away and they will become devotees gradually. Right? But there are different motives. So club culture means when we come together for each of our own selfish interests. We are coming together for our own selfish interests. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's club culture. What is community culture? We come together to serve. We come together to serve each other. So when there will be prasadam after the class, we should be eager to serve. There is a competition in serving. Correct? There should be a competition. Somebody is putting garland. Immediately the other person is standing up to assist. Correct? It's not, hey, iska kaam ye karega. Arey, iska service is call out why, that person will do it. No, we all should, of course, in the limits of practicality, we can't leave our service and do somebody else's service. That's why there is organization. But the attitude, the consciousness, the bhav should be of always serving each other. That's why we have to come together. Not that from our respective places we took our cars and two-wheelers and autos and came together, did something and went. No, then the transformation will not happen. And the transformation doesn't happen just by wearing that white dhoti. For sure. So it's not a matter of people belonging to the same affiliation wearing same dress coming together. Right? The center has to be Guru and Krishna. The center has to be to serve each other. And the center has to be, the consciousness should be that everybody else who I'm seeing is my master. Now this is a very big thing. Seniors we are able to see as masters. Whatever, even theoretically, whatever. That heart also nobody knows. If something wrong happens, then we realize. I knew this person is like that. Day one I'm seeing. But imagine if somebody has come today. Our philosophy is, even that person is a master. Because that's what we are trying to inculcate. Raghunath Das Goswami, how many obeisances he used to offer in a day? 2,000 obeisances. And not shortcut. Not like that. Somewhere people have started doing like this also. You know that? You know what is this? Prabhupada writes in one purport. We should not just say Dandavats. We should offer Dandavats. Right? But practicality, the body. Just 2 minutes back I did. Again I have to do. We have to learn from Prabhupada, 80 years old, offering obeisances, full, Ashtang, Dandavat. Correct? Whatever we pay, accordingly we will get. If we take Krishna consciousness lightly, that's what we will get. If we take Krishna consciousness very seriously, paying attention to each and every details, Raghunath Das Goswami did not want to circumambulate Govardhan even in his old age. From his side, he was continuing to try best. Then Chandrama Prabhu said, "Kya karne ka? Aap ye le lo, isko kar lo 4 times." Let Krishna come and tell. Na? From our side, we should not look for practicalities or conveniences, which is anyway our Kali Yuga tendency. Everything is around convenience. In Kali Yuga, the material advancement is all about convenience, which is Asura tendency. Asura means quick sense gratification. Quick sense gratification. Anyway, so 8 and 9 is what devotees do, and 10 and 11 is what Krishna does, which we will see 10 and 11, what Krishna does. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam payanti. First thing which Krishna is telling I do. What I do? To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So we'll discuss 3-4 things about it very quickly. First, Krishna guides from within. So Krishna provides knowledge to help in choosing wisely and attaining Him. Life is made of choices. When does our life begin? In this life, when does it begin? with birth. Birth is B. And when is it? When are we out of this? D, death. Between B and D, what comes? C, choice. C. And C is? Choice. Choices. So life is a journey between birth to, from womb to tomb. Correct? From womb to tomb, from birth to death in this journey of life, whether we are going to have nice journey or not very nice journey or good journey, bad journey, elevating journey or degrading journey depends on choices. C, choices. Correct? Every moment there is a choice. Today evening also, all of us are busy. I'm telling myself, I was thinking, should I go? Who knows? I was requesting Prabhuji to give the class only because I probably did not want to come. See, my mind is very complex. We all know. Unless we are thoroughly sincere to check our voices which are coming from inside. Sometimes lust speaks, sometimes greed speaks. The more philosophy you know, then sometimes lust, greed can speak, can speak whatever lust and greed wants, but in the disguise of very nice Vaishnava behavior. You see, I'm giving an example. Who knows? I asked Prabhuji to give class, and I was insisting because I did not want to prepare. Convenient. I did not want to come. There are so many things always, all of us are who is sitting free at home. Prabhupada said even a fool is not free. Fool is not free. Correct? All of us are busy. We have excuses. We have excuses to not come. But we have to check what's the thought process ourselves. Oh, we put nice tilak. Now we are thinking, now everybody will say how nice tilak. Lust, greed, envy, anger, pride, so much. Sometimes you've seen people packing. Some people don't pack nicely. Lot of things can come, but they have not packed. But some people are expert in packing. Sometimes you'll unpack their luggage, the whole house may come out. I know, like my father, very good at packing. Very good at packing. You will see one handbag, but if you unpack it, whole house may actually also come out. He's so good at packing. I mean, he's really. So what I'm saying is, similarly, what is packed inside us thoroughly? Lust, greed, envy, anger, pride, illusion, all that is packed inside. And that we realize when we are conscious and we are alert to our voices, to those weeds which are there. I've understood the Vaishnava ways. Vaishnava ways and Vaishnava behaviors. Externally, superficially, I am doing it. But when I am alone, am I asking myself that, hey, is my lust telling? Is my anger telling? Am I trying to run away from Krishna? Or am I eager to come in devotee association? I am eager to serve. Is it that only when my class is there, I am eager to come? Or is it that I am eager to hear others? Is it that I am eager to serve? So if we really want to make progress in Krishna consciousness, it is very easy. Once Chandramauli Maharaj was telling in one class, he was telling, actually, one can make very rapid progress in Krishna consciousness. It is only our conditionings, our anarthas, and our attachment hold us back. Otherwise, walking on the path of Krishna consciousness is like, sometimes you've seen these big airports, wherein don't only you have these escalators, you also have these escalators. You are getting what I'm saying? Like horizontal escalators. To help you, to assist you walk even on the horizontal, even on the plain ground, right? You have these horizontal walking floor, automatic floor, right? So one senior devotee was telling that walking on the path of bhakti is like that. Not only you are walking, the floor is also walking with you. Therefore, you are making double progress. Yet sometimes we don't make progress. We are there only. Why? Conditionings, attachments, anarthas. They hold us back. So when we read more and more, when we hear more and more, when we come to Krishna, when we come to association of devotees more and more, what should happen gradually? Our own correction system should improve. Our own self-correction system should improve. How long will people keep checking us? What are we doing inside our home? There is something called as legality. There is something called as obligation or obligality or whatever, obligation. Then there is morality and there is inspiration. Legality means what? You put CCTV cameras, right? And through CCTV cameras, you ensure that people don't do the wrong thing. That's like the worst that. As long as CCTV camera is not there, the real color comes out, right? But what is Vedic culture? Even without CCTV cameras, everybody is behaving perfectly, even when alone. That is character. Character is what you do when nobody is watching you. What is character? What you do when nobody is watching you. What you do when nobody is watching you, that is correct. Why? Because you know who is watching? Krishna's CCTV is 24/7, no wire problem, no battery problem, and there's no place wherein that CCTV is not working. So one who is Krishna conscious, will that person ever try to do anything substandard, even if nobody is watching? We try to, because that is our default tendency. But immediately we are conscious. Immediately we'll ask ourselves, "Arey yaar, Krishna is watching." So whatever progress I have made in Krishna consciousness will go down the drain. Let me not cheat. You are saying, I mean, it becomes difficult now to cheat. So who will you end up cheating? When a demon attacks Krishna, who is in danger? When you are trying to cheat Krishna, who is getting cheated? So how can you not make progress? Okay, slow progress I will. Slow and fast I am not debating. That is however much we are ready for. But how can you not make progress? That is impossible. That is impossible. Then we are only cheating ourselves. Why are we here and wasting our time? So, so life is full of choices. Every moment you have to choose Maya or Krishna. You have to choose between Maya or Krishna every moment. Like I had a choice. I could have watched a movie also. Good evening. But I had to come here. The choice. Now, in what consciousness I come, in what attitude I come, that will, make it even better and better. Right? But at least choice has to be exercised. The right choice has to be exercised. Anyway, our default tendency is to choose Maya because of our anarthas. And the beauty is that every time if we choose Krishna, then every other choice which you make in life also becomes best. Like, in my job, if I have to make a choice, in my family, if I have to make a choice, if I'm always choosing Krishna at priority, then all these other choices, which are also important, will be aligned with Guru and Krishna's will, and will work out that way. So therefore, we have to properly use our intelligence. But Krishna is telling you, even if you are not intelligent, don't worry. Once one devotee, he had a big problem coming to a program. I said, what happened? He said, no, this reason. I mean, he always gave some 10 excuses not to come to a program. And on the other hand, I'm seeing that whenever he wants to go somewhere, he is able to go easily. But whenever he has to come here, he gives excuse of his parents that what to do. I said, see, whatever you want to do, you can do. Because I'm seeing another thing. And Krishna has given you intelligence. What for? So that you can use your intelligence to come to him, right? Our intelligence is not there just to be kept in our pockets. We are supposed to use our intelligence to come to Krishna, right? But even if we are not intelligent, whatever it may mean, Krishna is telling, don't worry, I will give. So what are we waiting for? Krishna is saying, but Prabhupada is saying, the qualification is Tesham Satata Yuktanam, Satata, always, and Jatam Priti Purvakam. Prabhupada is telling that's the qualification. If we are always engaged in serving and worshiping Krishna and with love and devotion, then rest assured, Krishna is telling, nobody can doubt these words. In Bhagavad Gita, Sanskrit, full same meaning, whichever edition you take. Nobody can put a question mark on this, right? If you put a question mark, means we are putting question mark on Krishna, then means matter is only over. Correct? So we have to have that faith that if I serve and love Krishna with all my heart, then Krishna will give me the intelligence of what? How to deal with family, how to deal with wife, how to deal with office, how to deal with boss, how to deal when we go to some retreats in office. All that will come from within. Krishna inspires. What is right, what is wrong. And it's not just about choosing between Maya and Krishna. In life, whenever there is right and wrong, is that a tough choice to make or easy choice to make? Right and wrong? Easy. Right, wrong, right, wrong, jo karna clear. Correct? But when there is a choice between one right and another right, this verse includes that as well. This verse is not just about new people coming to Krishna consciousness. This verse is also about those who are practicing since 20 years, 30 years. That there can be again and again things in life which will need some kind of an inspiration from within. Should I be doing this or should I not be doing this? Anukulasya sankalpa, patikulasya varjanam. We have to accept with determination whatever is favorable for devotional service And we have to reject with determination whatever is unfavorable for devotional service. And we'll have to keep making more and more plans. The more senior we become, nobody will tell you do this, you do that. So it becomes even more important to be proactive and keep making plans. How can I become a better devotee? Yesterday I was a devotee like this. Today I'm like this. How can I become a better devotee tomorrow? How can I become a better devotee day after tomorrow? So we have to plan our life. That is what is human life. Human life does not mean this is the situation. What to do, sir? I am drowning in this situation. Right? Come out of the situation, yeah. Be a man, be a woman. Come out. Woman has less power again. Whole house is running anyway by females only. If you give house to males, the whole house, flames will start coming out after 5 minutes. If let's say a child is misbehaving, I always give this example. If the child is misbehaving, not cooperating, what does the father do? That's what a father will do. Huh? But I'm sure at least all of us, I mean, if you put ourselves in that situation, but what does a female do? Okay, she'll still take care of it in some way. Anyway, females in the morning, they're like, Durga, what, 8 hands, doing 8 things at a time. Right? Tiffin, school tiffin, office tiffin, maid, and everything else coming and at the same time. I don't know why I went there, but what I'm trying to say is that we have to make our plan. Life will keep coming and going. Time will keep coming and going. What did we do in that time? Did we plan? Did I arrange my things in my home in such a way that even if I don't have it in 1 minute, still I'll make some progress? Yeah, I don't have 1 minute also. What to do? My financial needs are such that I don't even have 1 minute. What to do? Possible? So first of all, we should discuss with some devotees. Is that really a financial need? Or is it a self-created need? Number 1. Number 2, after discussion, we realize, yeah, that's a very genuine, important financial need. Then also, intelligence means in that also one can do what not. Once Shankarshan Adhikari Prabhuji, once he was telling that he had some morning duty, night duty, something, 2:30, 3:30, he had to do something. So he was telling how he would do morning program at night. Achinta Veda Veda Tattva, morning program at possible. Because ultimately we have to understand what's the focus, what's the essence. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that's what devotees do. And if devotees do like this, then Krishna will never fall short of ideas. Krishna will always, but we have to desire. We cannot desiring only, then no ideas. If we are desiring, 24 hours, 25 hours is going in office, then how can I practice Krishna consciousness? Krishna will give 26th hour also. The time is Krishna. Is it impossible? That faith they have to have it. That faith they have to have in coming together in association of devotees. Then that will happen. And it's not, as I said, it's not just about choosing between Maya and Krishna. That we can say, okay, for newcomers, initially it's there. But as we practice more and more, the choice always remains every moment. And plus, it becomes even more serious in terms of what is Krishna's desire. Yes, I have chosen Krishna now, but does Krishna want me to do this or does Krishna want me to do this? Will Guru and Krishna be more happy in this or will Guru and Krishna be more happy in this? So the more we do our sadhana nicely, with faith, attention and humility. How is sadhana to be done? With faith, attention and humility. The more we do our sadhana nicely, the more Krishna will give the Dadami Bhakti Yogantam, the more Krishna will give the intelligence to understand what is Krishna's will. What does Krishna want me to do here? And of course, we don't become overconfident that now whatever is my conclusion, that is Krishna's conclusion. We consult devotees. Therefore, we should always have senior mentors and senior devotees around. Especially those who are seniors, we may tend to think that my understanding is not good enough. I'm pretty sure this is Krishna is telling me this. Right? We can't become overly confident about, you never know, it may be my lust speaking. You never know, it may be my attachment speaking. So we should always have senior devotees. No matter how senior we are, we should always have senior devotees with whom we can discuss. Prabhuji, is this my attachment or do you think it is really the need of the hour? No harm in discussing that, and we should if we want to be progressive. And the Krishna's inspiration, which we are talking about, the Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. First we talk about Maya versus Krishna. Then we talked about whether this is what Krishna wants or this is what Krishna wants, where Guru and Krishna will be more happy. And there is a third level to it. The third level to it is to draw the boundary. When will I become fanatic and when will I become liberal? Too strict with each and every rules and regulations means I can become fanatic, which is not good. Too liberal with rules and regulations, अरे भावग्राही जनार्दन सब चलता है, then I may become a sahajya. There has to be a thin line between the. There's thin line. There's a fine balance between the two. Dadami buddhi yogam. Loyalty versus broad-mindedness. Yes, Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. We are 200% loyal to Prabhupada. Does that mean we can now take a gun and shoot other pure devotees? Does it mean now we can, go and blaspheme other genuine spiritual organizations? No. Loyalty, broad-mindedness, thin line, balance. So that is what comes with maturity. Dadami buddhi yogam. That's another understanding of that. How to draw a line between loyalty and broad-mindedness. How to draw a line between being fanatic versus being too liberal. And so on and so on. And Prabhupada in this purport is also emphasizing one very, very important aspect. He's talking about the goal of life. He's telling that we have to first understand the goal of life. And once we have understood it, then we have to work towards achieving that, whether slowly or fast, whether today or tomorrow. But the North Star has to be set right. If the North Star only is not set right, what are we doing? We are working hard, but towards what goal? So Prabhupada is telling, knowing the goal is important. And he is specifically mentioning in the purport, how do we know the goal? Through association of devotees and through a bona fide spiritual master. Very clear. Prabhupada is not telling we know the goal through reading scriptures. Why he is not telling that? Because people misunderstand reading scriptures. Hindu Muslims are fighting reading scriptures. Muslims are fighting. Hindus are fighting reading scriptures. Scriptures everybody is reading. But if you just read scriptures, we may misinterpret or misunderstand scriptures according to our own. Whatever I want to take, I may take. Partially, I may take. Correct? But association of devotees and a bona fide spiritual master, no scope of any misunderstanding, no scope of any misinterpretation. Therefore, Prabhupada is telling that how do we know our goal and how do we keep reiterating the goal? By coming together in association of devotees and by hearing regularly from a bona fide spiritual master. We have to ask, are we hearing from a bona fide spiritual master again and again and hearing enough? And then Prabhupada also talks about how there is Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, Dhyana Yogi, and Bhakta Yogi. All of them know the goal. All of them are walking towards the goal. But one is trying to walk in this way, he is called a Karma Yogi. One is trying to walk in this way, he is called a Jnana Yogi. One is trying to walk towards the goal in this way, he is called a Jnana Yogi. These are like stairs. And then there is an elevator of Bhakti Yoga, wherein the means and the goal are the same. What is the specialty of Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga. The means and the goal are the same. What is our goal? To achieve bhakti. And what is the means to do that? Do bhakti. So it's like an elevator. It's not like gradual. So this was 10:10. Prabhuji, it is 5:55. Do you think we should stop at 10:10 and we can have some question answers, or do you want me to kind of cover 10:11 also at the cost of some time? What should we do? I was told to cover 10:10 and 10:11. 15 minutes? Sure. It will not disturb the schedules. Okay, then in 15 minutes, I'll try to cover 11 then. Okay, so this was 10:10. What main things we saw in 10:10? First of all, we saw that 8 and 9 were what devotees do. And 10 and 11 is what Krishna does. And 10 is one thing which Krishna does. What is that one thing? That if we always, satatam and priti purvakam, if we always worship and serve Krishna with love and devotion, then Krishna will give us inspiration from within. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna will give us knowledge from within. For what? For three things we discussed. One, so that we make the right choice. Yahi hai right choice? Baby. Aha was also there, I think. I forgot. So that those choices, right, between Maya and Krishna. That was one level of understanding. What was the second level of understanding? If I do, oh yeah, Maya, yeah, I know. I'm very clear. I'll not choose Maya, I'll choose Krishna. But will this please Guru and Krishna better, or will this please Guru and Krishna better? Knowing that, because decisions, right? All of us have to make decisions in life. And what was the third level of understanding? That there are certain conflicting things in our philosophy, or like, this is also right, this is also right. Too much of this may go wrong, too much of this may go wrong. Right? Knowledge is a double-edged sword. So drawing a thin line, understanding the fine balance, maturity. How much is too much and how less is too less? Should we be strict about rules and regulations or not? Yes. Should we be too strict about rules and regulations that we are kind of, not caring about people's sentiments and not caring about focusing on the Lord? No. But should we just completely ignore all rules and regulations? No. You see, how much is too much and how less is too less? Fanatic versus liberal. There are principles and there are details. When we are very particular about details and casual with principles, that is when we become smartas. Who are smartas? Very particular about details, but not very thorough with principles. Who are sahajiyas? Thorough about principles, careless about details. What do we want to be? Principles have to be very, very focused. Details cannot be ignored, but can be adjusted. Principles can never be compromised. Details, should they be ignored? Can they be adjusted? That is clear and no problem. Then there is role of the Nami Buddhi Yogam. What is principle and what is? Because my intelligence may tell, oh Prabhu, this is not a principle, this is detail, so we can adjust. Other acharya may come, this is not detail, this is principle, yaar, kaise tum adjust kar rahe ho? You see? Because this philosophy everybody knows. Everybody can come and speak, just like I am speaking, even though I am not a very realized person. Right? Prabhu, principles not to be compromised. Details can be adjusted. But where the real problem comes, what is principle and what is? Who will tell? Seniors will tell. Acharyas will tell. Vartaman Guru Vrinda will tell. GBC will tell. Therefore, association of devotees. You see how even in each and every point there are so many intricacies and so many subtleties, correct? So beyond the point, how many things we keep checking? Therefore, ultimately, beyond the point, it boils down to our own conscience, our own sincerity of purpose, and the Dami Buddhi Yoga. Now, this verse is appearing so relevant, is it not? Because we have to take decisions every moment. Okay, now next verse, what is 10:11? Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atmabhavastho jnanadipena bhasvata. Jnanadipena, interesting. In our Shastras, there are so many analogies, correct? Knowledge in this particular case is being compared to Jnanadeep, the lamp of knowledge, the light of knowledge. And elsewhere, knowledge has been compared to sword, correct? With the sword of knowledge, devotee is cut the knot of attachment. Bhagavatam, right? Elsewhere, it has been compared to a boat, right? Transcendental knowledge is compared to light, sword, and boat. Once I was giving a class to some Nityananda Sabha devotees. Nityananda Sabha devotees is a concept wherein those who want to get married, to train them properly so that they enter Grahastha Ashram nicely. Once one senior devotee was telling that before you get a job, you have to have a qualification. Not only qualification is not enough, there is an interview process. Then you get a job. But how many of us know what is the qualification to get married? How many of us know what is the training to get married? How many of us have went to some interviews before we got married? That's an unfortunate situation, and therefore marriages are, unnecessarily becoming a problem. But yes, we can learn from the past, but we can implement something in the future. Therefore, I see in many ISKCON temples all over the world, there is a concept of, okay, those who want to get married, there is a forum for them to train them with some right understanding and right knowledge, skills, and values. What three things? So that they enter Grahastha Ashram nicely and they become successful in Grahastha. They decorate the Grahastha Ashram and they don't pollute the Grahastha Ashram. So, yeah. So, why did it go to Nityananda Sabha? Sort of knowledge. So I was giving a class to such boys who are probably about to get married in the next 6 months or 1 year. I said, you know what? In Grahastha Ashram, what happens? We get a sword of knowledge, right? And with the sword of knowledge, what may happen? So wife also has a sword of knowledge. Husband also has sword of knowledge. What do you think if two people have sword? What will happen? Fight. Both are sword of knowledge. Both are ISKCON devotees. You see, that may happen, right? And these things sometimes appear funny, but actually it's a fact. But because when we go through such situations, it's really, really achintya, actually. It's really achintya. You can't say who is right, who is wrong. These are really achintya. Then I clarify to them, Prabhu, the sword here is not for that. Sword is to cut our own ignorance, to cut ourselves. With that sword, don't cut others. Cut yourself with the sword. Right? So ISKCON devotee, they are out with the sword of knowledge. Can't like a video game, in the God mode. No. That sword is for what? To cut our ignorance, to cut ourselves when we are going against something. That sword is to be used on ourselves. Okay. So let's dive a little deeper into this knowledge and ignorance thing. So we all know that the root cause of sufferings is what? Ignorance. Avidya, Agyan. Prabhupada says so many places. Avidya is the root cause of all our ignorance. And we know this nice shloka from Prema Vivarta. What's that? Krishna bahirmukha hoya bhoga vanchakare nikatastha maya pati adhare. When Krishna bahirmukha hoya, when a jiva, a living entity, says that, oh, I don't want to enjoy with Krishna anymore. I want to enjoy like Krishna. The moment a living entity desired like that, nikatastha maya. Where was Maya standing? Ekdam bagal mein kadi thi, ready. There is a servant sitting at the beck and call of the master. Immediately, correct? The first class servant. Maya is first class servant of Krishna. Hanumanji. Have you seen Hanuman is like this? I've never seen any statue of Hanumanji like this. Hanumanji is always one leg like this, one leg ready to jump. If Lord Ram says 1, 2, 3, Hanumanji is gone. First class servant Hanumanji, is it not? It is interesting when devotee was studying in the lecture. He never said Hanuman sitting like this, relaxing. It is never relaxing. He's always on the mission of the Lord, right? Always ready, either lifting mountain or ready with one leg like this, one leg like that, ready to take off. So, just standing. So always alert. Maya is always alert, ready to service. Krishna bahir mukha hoya bhoga vancha kare nikatastha maya tare jhapatiya dhare. So Maya immediately catches hold because jaha Krishna maha Maya likha, Krishna suresam Maya likha. So as soon as the living entity, he says, no, I don't want to look at it. As soon as he comes behind, comes under Maya and forgetfulness. If we want to enjoy like Krishna, that is possible only when we forget Krishna. Very simple to understand. Because if you don't forget Krishna, you know Krishna is the master. How can I enjoy like him? I can enjoy with him. Correct? But if you want to enjoy like Krishna, for hellbent, Krishna loves us so much. If the child becomes stubborn, if the child says, what will father do eventually? Okay, take it. What to do? Reluctantly, he will agree. Reluctantly. He will not happily agree. He will reluctantly agree. Like sometimes we say, we should know these question answers thoroughly. Prabhuji, nothing happens without the sanction of the Lord. Why then this is happening? Yeah, it is happening by the sanction of the Lord, not by the will of the Lord. Yes, permission is needed, unless he signs the Lord. But he can happily sign or he can reluctantly sign. What to do? These children are not listening to me. So there is a difference between sanction and will. We have to understand what is Krishna's will. Sanction, whether you understand or not, that's anyway happening accordingly. Nothing is happening without his sanction. Right? So anyway, coming back. So Krishna had to reluctantly agree. And immediately we came under forgetfulness, and that was the beginning of our ignorance. And with that ignorance, what is happening? We are suffering life after life after life, trying to enjoy separate from Krishna, trying to enjoy like Krishna, and we aren't. Have you seen a bamboo? Does it look like sugarcane? Yeah, very much. Bamboo looks like sugarcane. Now imagine you are trying to chew the bamboo, thinking that some nice sugarcane juice will come out. Will it come out? Okay, try 1 month. Will it come out? 1 year? 2 years? Will it ever come out? So when we try to enjoy like Krishna, can we ever enjoy? We can never. Separate from Krishna, we can never enjoy. Because we are part and parcel of Krishna, like the branches and the leaves of the tree. If we get cut, we will only get rotten. Take the fruit out of the tree, take the leaf out of the tree, take the branch of the tree. What will happen? How long will it survive? But if it continues to be connected to the tree, yes, grows more and more and more. Similarly, since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we can't enjoy separate from Krishna. It's not a matter of, I have tried 1,336 lifetimes. Let me try once more. And Prabhupada said something opposite. Prabhupada said, so many lives we are giving to mind and senses. Try giving this one life to Krishna, Baba. See what happens. It doesn't, see, even if we are not intellectually convinced about anything, even if we have no faith, logically speaking, this makes sense. I don't know what will happen, but let me try. That's how Americans, and those Westerners sometimes, that's what appealed to them and said, yeah, let me try. I'm getting higher taste in the drugs. I'm getting more higher taste here. Let me try. They are becoming pure devotees. That's the power of Krishna consciousness. That is the power of Krishna. That when we get connected to him, we know that Prabhupada's rod analogy, that when we put the rod in the fire, that rod also becomes fire-like, red hot rod. Similarly, the moment we get connected to Krishna, how? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By association of devotees, by reading Prabhupada's books, by chanting, by honoring Krishna Prasadam, by worshipping the Lord, by bowing down in front of the Lord, we get more and more connected to the Lord and we become Lord-like, we become divine. And that, when we get that, then we become more and more happy, more and more blissful. That is what this that is what this ignorance does to us otherwise. So once Prabhupada was telling about enjoyment, that how we are not supposed to enjoy like Krishna, one person became very sad. And this reporter asked Prabhupada, what is the goal of life? Prabhupada understood. I think I shared this sometime earlier. Prabhupada understood the mood of that person. Because everybody wants to enjoy, right? Now in spiritual life, you say you can't enjoy. Who will come here? Who will come here? Nobody will come. So somebody asked Prabhupada, what is the goal of life? Prabhupada said, goal of life is to enjoy. The person became very happy. And then Prabhupada said, but you should know how to enjoy. You should know how to. Okay. So I'll just quickly cut this short. So we talked about sword of knowledge, right use, wrong use. Then similarly, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita describes the boat of knowledge. That this material world is like the ocean of ignorance. Can we swim across? We need boat of knowledge. Right? And with that boat, we will come across. Prabhupada at one place talks about a point in this purport that Mayavadi scholars think that devotees are sentimentalists. And this is the typical understanding in India, that those who are illiterate fools or old people or some other these kind of people, they do some satsang and bhakti and like typically in India you see satsang, who is there in satsang? Old people or so like that will happen and people have an impression that jisko dimag nahi hai, jisko shastra gyan nahi hai, such people they practice bhakti. Prabhupada is telling, actually that is not the fact. There are very, very learned scholars who have put forward the philosophy of devotion. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, we don't have a projector here right now, but we would have seen such display of the highest level of scholarship. Just to give an example, what is a palindrome? What is a palindrome? Idhar se ek barabar padta hai. Madam, M-A-D-A-M, M-A-D-A-M, madam. People of the caliber of Rupa Goswami, when they are sitting just like that, wanting to do some time pass, now their time pass is Krishna conscious. Chalo, let me write a verse. They are writing a verse. They are writing a Sanskrit verse which is a palindrome. Left to right to left, same. Now if I and you try to do, we'll say some ma-chama. See? Ma-chama. The meaning kya? Nothing. But he is composing a verse which has the greatest, topmost confidential truth written in that verse. If you read the Sanskrit. Story doesn't end here. And we will do this sometimes, with some projectors. Story doesn't end here. He is not only doing left to right, right to left. He is doing top to bottom, bottom to top also. Okay. Such is the caliber of our, parampara, our sampradaya. You are talking about some sentimental fools doing bhakti. Yes, bhakti is not dependent on scholarship. But it does not mean that only those who are fools, they are practicing. Topmost scholars, the greatest of the scholars, they have understood bhakti, science of devotion, bhakti vijnana, and they are spreading the science of devotion. Right? We need to be thoroughly convinced about these things. If not, we should have such discussions in future, so that we are all convinced about what we are doing and what is the greatest thing we have got intellectually, politically, socially, economically, spiritually. We should be ourselves convinced about what we have got. Only then we will be able to share good fortune with others. We have to first of all consider it is our good fortune, and there should be no compromise in that. I am a rascal number one. I am not following, but I know this thing is really high class. At least the beginning should be that first of all. Then we will get that power. Then we will get that enthusiasm. If we really want to do something nice, who wants to compromise in life? Does anybody want to compromise in life? All of us want best, is it not? We want the best education for our children. We want to settle in the best place. We want to achieve best money, best position, best destination. We want to go to the best city of the planet. Everybody wants to go to America. All of us want to do the best, right? Nobody wants to settle down with anything second best or lower or compromise. So we have to understand how Krishna consciousness is socially the best, politically the best, economically the best, spiritually obviously the best, healthy, physically the best. Right? That's what it is. That is what will make us practice Krishna consciousness with all our hearts. Otherwise, all our hearts are possible. Thoda heart is no, it should be with all our heart. Now, what about my wife then? All my heart has gone to Krishna. What about my wife? If all my heart has gone to Krishna, what about my children? That is the beauty with Krishna consciousness. Krishna includes everything. If I give time to my mother, it is coming at the cost of my wife. If I'm giving time to my wife, it is coming at the cost of my children. But if I'm giving time to Krishna, it is not coming at the cost of other things, because Krishna is absolute. The more I give time to Krishna, the more I will give time to my children. The more I will give time to my wife. The more I will give time to my mother. The more I will give time to my country. The more I will give time to my neighborhood, my society. That is Krishna consciousness. It does not come against something. It includes and surpasses other things. So we should never have the narrow understanding. Ya to bhaiya devotee ban jao, ya acha citizen. Otherwise, Prabhupada would have never said that my devotees are first class gentlemen. It is not this or this. Ya to acha doctor ban jaiye, ya devotee ban jaiye, decide. No, you can be a good devotee doctor. Ya to acha scientist ban jaiye, ya acha devotee ban jaiye. No, you can be a good devotee scientist. Ya to acha prime minister ban jaiye, ya devotee ban jaiye. No, you can be a good devotee prime minister. Yeah, some forms may change. A devotee prime minister may not exactly do those things which we have to do. Forms may change, but in the spirit, the Krishna consciousness, that fire, that includes and surpasses everything. Okay, so I'll just end with one small quick thing about this transcendental knowledge. That when we get the gift, and Krishna says this is my special mercy. Evanukam partham, Krishna says in this verse. This is my special mercy that to such devotees, I give this knowledge in their heart. And with that knowledge, what happens? We are able to perceive Krishna. We are able to perceive Krishna in things. We are able to perceive Krishna in people. We are able to perceive Krishna in situations. We are able to perceive Krishna in events. Like something bad, like disappointments can get converted into his appointments. Disappointments can get converted into his appointments. So disappointments can be an opportunity for us to get an appointment with Krishna. His appointments. Disappointments to his appointments. Okay, I think I should end in the interest of time. It is 6:15. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that anybody who reads these 4 verses, Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, all miseries are removed and one attains peace, bliss, and auspiciousness. So let us all pray individually and collectively that not only we read these 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita, 8, 9, 10, 11, we also understand and contemplate on the meaning of these, and we seek blessings of all Vaishnavas so that we can apply these 4 verses in our life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhuji, any corrections, any comments? Okay, because we are anyway falling short of time. Anybody has any comments, questions? Yes, Prabhu.
When you said nice to be nice to the people, so the nice will be the self-interest of that. It's not that Krishna's. So how to we cannot fulfill both.
Yes, very good point Prabhuji has brought, and I wanted to kind of get deviated there, but then in the interest of time I could not. So I'll briefly answer this. This is indeed true that we can't satisfy everybody's needs, interests, concerns, and expectations. We can't. And that too of all the people all the time, impossible. But at least if we are aware of something like this, then we can understand the dynamics of relationships. That, oh, he or she is a prisoner of unfulfilled needs, and I am also a prisoner of unfulfilled needs, and that's why people are fighting. Why people are fighting? Because everybody is a prisoner of their unfulfilled needs, interests, and concerns. Right? Now, it doesn't mean I need to fulfill them. What it means is that I can be sensitive to those, and whatever I can address, which is in line with my Krishna consciousness, I will address. For the rest, I will pray. Right? We can't fulfill everybody's needs, interests, concerns, and expectations. But awareness of this knowledge makes us more stable and more well-grounded. Otherwise, if that person takes out the sword, I'll also take out a sword. But now I like, no, it's basically his unfulfilled need because of which this person is behaving like that. Any other question or comment by anybody? Okay, if there are none, I think let's end. I would again like just always say we are talk, always lonely. You mentioned that we are talk doesn't mean that things come on somebody's interaction get God. I for it. No one understood that. Prabhuji is telling about this important point of being at the top and becoming lonely. That's why those leaders have to proactively seek association of other tops. Some people at the tops, they will also come together. That's what actually is DBC in one sense. I heard some sannyasis that in Mahabaleshwar, somewhere they had a resort, some retreat, spiritual retreat. They all came together to take each other's association. So that's the beauty of ISKCON actually, if we see the real understanding. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving this opportunity. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining today. Let's all thank his guest Vyasacharya Prabhu for giving wonderful class by chanting one time Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So, we will brief for now. After that, we have Aarti and Kirtan. Sorry.
I want to thank all of you that you took time to attend this program. Definitely want to thank because you also have one of the players who is also very interested, Dr. Kushman here. He's also attending and learning Bhagavad Gita with all of us. And I just want to tell the speaker today is actually a gold medalist IIT. He's done PhD in machine learning. So very fortunate to have devotees like this and sharing their thoughts. Also want to say one more thing, that we might actually have Jagannath Rath Yatra in this area. Keep praying. If the Lord comes here, all of us will become very fortunate. Because when the Lord comes here, he comes with all his fortune. This whole place becomes very fortunate. So I'm hoping that will happen, but keep praying, right? I don't want to take too much of time. Let's actually have Aarti. Prabhu, do you want to sing? Can you? Okay. Yes, Prabhu. You can turn towards the side. Rancha, Prabhu. Okay, right after the Aarti, we'll have Prabhu. Please stay.
You're doing nothing. Sing, you want to sing or do? I'll do. Jaya
Jaya Jaya Gaura Shante Bharati Kosho. Jaya Gaura Shante Bharati Kosho. Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Krishna
Namaste Narasimhaya. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, भक्ति विनाशक सुखदेव भगवान की जय, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस व्याचार्य अष्टोत्तर शुद्ध डिवाइन सभा भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ISKCON founder Acharya Prabhuji, Acharya Severa Prabhu Niwas, इस डिवाइन सभा भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, आमाचार्य श्री दास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत राधा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त की, श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की, मायापुर पुरी धाम की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुदामा सुदर्शन की, गंगा यमुना मैया की, भक्ति तुलसी देवी की, सरजापुर ISKCON सेंटर की। All Hare Krishna. All glories to Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Guru. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Today's performance is sponsored by Prabhu. So they are requesting prayers for their spiritual growth. That's all. Chant one time Hare Krishna. For the future. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, Savita Mataji is requesting prayers for her husband who is undergoing treatment. Surgery. Usually she is undergoing. So kindly pray for the journey Mata Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Please, Hare Krishna.